1MDB has sparked embezzlement and money laundering investigations across
one of the
at least
biggest
10
corruption
countries.
scandals the world has ever seen.
What may be the biggest financial scam in history.
A number of corrupt 1MDB officials treated this public trust as a personal bank account.
Follow us as we bring you into the courtroom where the biggest financial scandal in Malaysian history is being heard. It's Thursday, 27th May 2021, and you're listening to the latest update from today's 1MDB Tanor trial by the Malaysian Insight. I'm Patrick Teo. Former One Malaysia Development Bhd Chief Executive Officer Mohd Hazem Abdul Rahman claimed that the 1MDB Board of Directors were all part of a scheme, calling it Sandiwara. They had banded together to conceal the information that 1MDB was set up to fund Umno, the political party of which ex-Prime Minister Najib Razak was then the president. However, further questioning by the defense lawyer put doubt on Hazem's claim, as money was not shown to have been deposited into Umno's bank account. The accused of this trial, Najib, 67, is currently on trial for 4 counts of abuse of power and 21 counts of money laundering involving 2.28 billion ringgit in public funds. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years imprisonment. The 1MDB trial resumed today after the court was postponed from Monday as Najib was on medical leave. He was reported to have developed a hematoma after his recent eye surgery. This morning, Najib walked in with his sunglasses at 9:35 a.m. at the Kuala Lumpur High Court. The 10th prosecution witness, former 1MDB CEO Mohd Hazem Abdul Rahman, was sworn in on his stand at 10 a.m. And Defence Counsel Wan Izzuddin Wan Muhammad continued his cross-examination. The lawyer was questioning 1MDB's attempt to repatriate 1MDB funds purportedly invested overseas in 2014. Hazem was part of the team that went to Switzerland in March 2015 to liquidate the 1MDB funds in Swiss bank BSI. These funds were said to include the $3 billion that was fundraised by 1MDB for the joint venture with Aba Investments PJS Limited. Wan Izzuddin asked Hazim, "Is there a reason for you saying everyone on the board knew the real purpose of the money?" Hazim said, "Yes." "Why not put it on record?" The lawyer was referring to the 1MDB board's meeting minutes on February 27, 2014, when the board met before Hazim left for Switzerland. "Why not put it on record that these funds overseas belong to Umno?" Hazem said it was not supposed to be put on record because it was a scheme which the entire 1MDB board played into it. Wan Izzuddin said, "You claim this is a conspiracy that all the board members participated in." Hazem said, "Yes." "Are you saying that whatever was reported in the minutes are just for show?" "They knew what was at stake," Hazem replied to the lawyer. "It was all a Sandiwara?" Hazem agreed. The Sandiwara characters did not include just a board of directors, Hazem said. The scheme involved fugitive businessman Low Tek Joe, also known as Joe Low, and Najib. "You never heard from my client's mouth that the 1MDB money overseas actually belonged to Umno?" Wan Izzuddin asked. Hazim agreed to not have clarified with Najib. The lawyer then brought up that Hazim had been physically present in the meetings with Najib in November and December 2013. Yet Hazim said he could not question the Prime Minister, someone with great authority. Hazim said he knew it based on Joe Low's words. In his witness statement, Hazim said that Najib's principal private secretary, the late Azlin Alias, arranged for him an introductory meeting with Joe Low in a Putrajaya hotel in July 2012. During this meeting, Low informed me that the real purpose of 1MDB was to help Umno through businesses involving the company's strategic investments, Hazim said in court last September. However, Hazim today conceded that part of the overseas funds that was successfully brought back was credited into 1MDB's bank account and not into Umno's. Wan Izzuddin was grilling Hazim. What was the fund liquidated used for? Hazim firstly said he cannot recall. Was it later used for company purposes? If it came back to the company, it was used for the company, Hazim responded. Wan Izzuddin asked, you agree that this money repatriated, none of the money went to Umno, it came back to 1MDB's account? Hazim said, should be. Later, Wan Izzuddin also touched on 1MDB's audit by Deloitte, to which Hazim agreed that Joe Low had sent him talking points when dealing with the auditors to hide the true picture of 1MDB's finances. The 1MDB Town Hall trial will continue on Tuesday before Judge Colin Lawrence Sequeira at the Kuala Lumpur High Court. Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by the Malaysian Insight. It was written by Hayley Chong Wee Kee, and I'm Patrick Teo.